When you're building a tiny home, nothing ever goes to plan.
Yeah, so this week we're going to show you how a typical week of van building goes.
Ups, downs, highs, lows.
Sides to sides, you
Good,
never know.
bad, ugh.
Things break, things stop working. You gotta go run to the store for no reason. Let's get into it.
Let's get electrical.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Electrical Week. We're here today in the van, and we're gonna be talking about DC to DC chargers.
We lied. Sometimes you just don't end up where you thought you would. We go on a sweet boat ride, fix all of our deck boards that got totally ruined. Then we're going through all of our electrical components, which is a huge project. We're cutting in our final window, and we're hosting a really fun guest. We're also gonna be framing the entire van, and we're doing all of this in a parking lot. Impressive, I know. Let's get into it.
He's gonna
get so excited when they open the door, though.
I got him. This guy is very impatient. He can't wait for his food.
I understand. I love puff cups too.
He's literally sitting there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Oh, you following the food?
He's following the food. Here's your pump cup.
Paco! We are not working today.
No work today.
What are we doing?
We're actually about to go hang out with my buddy Chase that I haven't seen in a while, it feels. We're gonna go on the boat and get maybe a nice little sunset out in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, so we're gonna caffeinate. It's like a 40-minute drive and we're all kind of falling asleep in the middle of the afternoon. And then we are going cruising.
Remember that when you're working hard on a project, to always take a break. It is well worth it, and it will set you up for success when you get back into it.
But only like once a month though. Like a once a month, 1 day, half a day
Calm
break.
down, Alex,
That's
calm
it.
down.
That's all you get. And then the rest of the time is like working full time all the time, okay? So just like a 20-minute boat ride and then you're done and then we're back to work, okay? Thank you. Let's get over there.
Ready, driver?
Ready, driver.
Are you ready? Yeah? All right, let's go.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning. How are you feeling today?
Good. Yesterday's boat ride was very relaxing.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I love the fact that we got to hang out with friends or family, I guess we could say at this point, because I've known them for so long. And it felt nice to be doing something different, be out on the boat instead of working on the van.
But now it's back to work. Our first job for today is actually fixing.
What are you fixing?
I'm fixing our dang deck boards.
The deck boards, as you guys know, need some extra work because we are in this climate of a lot of humidity. We tried sealing them and still somehow they got mold on them. So we're just gonna do our best with what we got.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to sand them one more time and then we're gonna hit them again with polyurethane.
I'm gonna do the sanding while Frank goes to the van and does the electrical. We only have one sander. Frankie wanted to work together because he's so cute. He's like, I want to be together with you.
I want to work with my girlfriend.
Together with you. But that would just mean that he's working and I'm sitting, which I'm okay with. But I'd rather us both get some stuff done. So I'm gonna start sanding and Frankie's gonna go start electrifying. Because this week,
is Electrical Week.
Electrical Week.
Let's get electrical.
It's so shocking. I hope that doesn't happen. But that's our goal for this week, is to finish the electrical so that we can start framing, put up the walls, finish the half block wall, do all this stuff, keep moving forward.
There's a lot to do, so let's get started.
That blows air, man. It blew it right in my face.
It's just air.
It's just dusty air. All right, let's do it.
Old dusty air. Let's talk about electrical. Electrical is interesting because it seems that everybody is very scared of it. And it's understandable why, because you could easily burn your van down if you do it improperly. So the most important thing you need to know about electrical, the most important by any means, right, is gauge versus amperage. So if you're using 12 volt, you look up a 12 volt chart on what gauge to what amperage you're using.
Let's get electrical.
Two main things you need to know about all your components that you're going to be putting in is, one, what's the voltage, 12 or 120, or if you're in Europe it could be 220. Here in America it's 120 or 12 volt is what you're going to be using most likely. You could use 24 volt as well, but based on that you're going to also see your amperage, right? So then you're going to use your amperage to size your gauging of your wire. So if you have 12 volts at 20 amps, you're going to need X gauge at least.
I want to get electrical. With you I get electrical.
Then the next thing would be how long is that run? So if that run is 20 feet long, you might have to go up a gauge or down a gauge in order to have the correct size wire. My one key thing that I could tell you guys to do is to always go bigger, right? So if it tells you 8, you could go 10, all right? That way your line does not burn up ever. Now I'm going to show you all the components that we have that we're going to be wiring. We have a short coil, which is our boosting cell phone network. We have a Wi-Fi antenna that's going to create our own Wi-Fi in the van. Those are bolt 12 volt. We have a fridge. The cooktop is the only thing on here that's 120 volts. The cooktop is not an induction top. It does have an electric start. So when you tap it in, it's going to go tack, 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 and then it's going to ignite your gas. Very small amperage when it comes to actually utilizing that. 2 actuators for the floating bed. They're both 12 volts. The toilet fan, which is 12 volt. Battery fan, which would be 12 volt. All of our lights are 12 volt. Our water heater is 12 volt, space heater, which is also 12 volt, max air fan, which is 12 volt, water pump, and USB charging station.
Let's get electrical.
So the only other thing that's going to be 120 volt will be our 120 volt outlets that are around our space. So all you have to do for that stuff is go to the store and get the same wiring that you would get for a house. And you're going to have 3 wires. You're going to have your positive, you're going to have your negative, and you're going to have your ground when it comes to the 120. When it comes to 12 volt system, you're only going to have 2 lines. You're going to have your hot going out, and you're going to have your neutral coming back. Positive coming out, negative going back. All you're doing is creating a full circuit.
I want to get electrical.
The system is actually really, really simple. Just remember to not get too crazy about it. Just make sure that your gauging for your amperage that you have is correct. If you have the correct size gauging for your amperage, you will never have to worry about anything. Another thing that we have done is we put them in these casings. So this casing here protects it from any type of rub out on the metal here. As you can see, if that rubs, you're not going to rub out into your wire and cause some type of short or electrical spark that could then put your van up in flames. So always, always, always make sure to protect your wires as well as you can. You actually wore the perfect shirt because you have.
Oh, I look like lightning.
Yeah, you have the lightning bolt in the middle of the AC/DC.
Oh, and AC/DC is power.
Yeah. You wore the perfect shirt today. That was not on purpose, by the way.
It was not on purpose. But I'm glad it worked out that way.
Huh. Do you hear them? Who is that? Where are they? Wrong way. Huh. What is that? Ooh. He's so happy. Oh, is that your friends? He says, hi, Lou. We're going to take a quick little break and let Paco play with his friends. While I've been up in the front, Alex's been back here working really hard on getting this deck looking really nice.
I'm definitely covered in sawdust, and my AC/DC shirt was drenching me in sweat. So I moved these boards inside. These ones have been treated with polyurethane now. They need 1 more coat of poly, which we can't do for at least 4 hours, probably more like 8 because it's Florida and it's humid AF out here.
Oh my God, it's terrible right now.
So I'm gonna try to bring them in because out on the grass there's all these little bugs that are jumping around, and I definitely don't want little bugs jumping in my fresh coat of poly. So I'm gonna bring as many as I can into here. Some are definitely gonna have to live out there, unfortunately.
Done. All right, baby, you keep working. I'm gonna keep working. We'll meet in the middle.
All right, give me some wood and then I'll keep going.
No problem, baby.
Got it.
I'll hold on to the sweatshirt that you left. I'm holding on to you, yeah.
Good morning, babe.
I just had a peanut butter apple. It was very good.
Today, we actually have a special guest with us. You guys will be seeing who that is very soon. One of the plans is to get the window in, the sliding door window. So that's
And if we get it wrong, the whole van is ruined.
it's total.
That's what Frank told me this morning, and I was like, okay.
She's like, why would you say something like that?
Cool.
Because I have to. I have to remind her that this is all very.
So I'm gonna let you and your friend do the whole thing.
Oh, there he goes. Paco, you ran out. What's up? On top of that, we're also gonna get all the Havelock wool in today.
Havelock wool on. Havelock wool on.
Get your wool on. Havelock wool on. Get your wool on. Havelock wool on. Wool on. Havelock wool on. Get your wool on. Havelock wool on.
Oh la 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 la.
That's the window.
She looked good. As you guys can tell, today we are installing this C.R. Lawrence window for our slider. We decided to go with one that didn't have any openings because the ones that had like little flaps were hundreds of dollars more expensive and also on super back order. So we figured on low, our side window didn't have any kind of flaps, so we would be fine without it, especially with 2 windows and 2 fans.
And while I'm driving, I could look out the side and I could see out. That way I don't have to worry about hitting a car if I don't see them in this blind spot here.
The first step of installing any kind of window or cutting a big hole in your van is making a template. So Frankie's cut out this giant piece of cardboard that we're then gonna trace the outline on. The outline comes from the gasket, not the window itself.
This is called a clamp for the windows, right? And we laid it down exactly on top where we want it, knowing that the split part of the clamp, which is down here on the base of it, is at actually the bottom of the window. Because if you try to put it on the top, it won't actually work properly or sit properly around the seal here. So what Alex figured out, which was really brilliant of her, is how do we keep it from flexing up and down so when we draw that template, that is perfect, right? She took a piece of tape and went from the top to the bottom. That way everything stays inside its ridge. And now we could take the template off and not worry about it folding on us. So now we still have a perfect template that we can now draw. So yeah, now all we gotta do is take a Sharpie and trace out this inner dimension, cut out this piece of cardboard, and then bam, we have a template.
Bam! Template.
Woo! We got a template, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. The template basically fits perfect in the area of the window. So like when I pull this away, watch. It basically fits perfectly inside this outer perimeter.
All right, guys, so our help has arrived, I guess.
Yeah, we got a special guest like we said earlier. Here he is.
Y'all know where I can find a sexy, hairy Brooklyn fella at?
Yo, I'm right here, bro. Yo, Bart's in the house. What's up, fella?
Everyone?
It's so good to have you here with us. Thank you for coming.
The van looks awesome with all the names painted on it. Really cool.
Now you get to paint your name right where you wanted to.
Paco's excited about it. Look how excited he is.
Yeah, good boy.
All right, guys, you're here. We're gonna put you to work. So me and Paco are just gonna go chill. Okay, bye.
The problem that we're having is I can't get to that edge, and this is where we need to cut out. So even if I get it close and go sideways, look where the pieces end.
We're gonna have to cut it from the outside. So basically, let's get our holes lined up. Let's get it traced outside. We can trace right on top of the tape, and then we'll get to cutting from the outside because we'll have more maneuverability.
Yep. 2, 3, 4,
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Yes.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, thank you.
That's what you want, you got it.
Thank you.
Alex gets what she wants.
Uh-huh.
You know how that goes.
I watched one YouTube video about cutting out a window, so I am the expert. You gotta listen to me.
She is expert. Just like so. So all these little dots all around the edge we're gonna do, and then that way when we go outside we know exactly where the drill needs to go through, or the jigsaw needs to go through.
Bart was kind enough to bring us some beaver nuggets, so I'm gonna dig in.
Time to cut.
I'm very excited.
Are you?
No, I don't feel very excited.
We're kind of scared.
Frankie,
Yes, babe.
you cut a huge hole in it.
I know, right?
What are you doing?
I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to do it.
Using nothing but these two tools.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's it.
wow. That was really impressive.
We're made of magic.
I went inside for 10 minutes and you chiseled a hole out of the van.
Have you fitted in yet?
No, not yet. We don't know. if
Big
it
moment
fits.
of truth
We don't know
coming
if it
right
fits
up.
yet.
Oh, sweet Jesus, I just hope this fits. One shot wonder, Frank.
It's in.
It's in?
It's in.
Really?
What?
Doesn't feel like it's in. Babe, just stand here just in case.
Look, I'm doing so much. Do I need hands?
Alex is out there dancing. So yeah, so we had an opportunity to get it in one shot. The template worked perfectly. This side has a little bit of a gap right here, and same thing with the other one, but it's not a big deal because the gasket's gonna pull that all in place. Bart right now is like, get off the fucking camera and help me out here, man.
I got this all day long. All day long, I got this.
It's like Survivor.
The boys went to the store. They picked me up a chai tea, which was very nice of them. There's a hole in the van.
Okay, tell me what we're doing right now.
So right now we're sucking and we're blowing.
All right, well, that wasn't a very detailed explanation.
No, so right now what's happening is a lot of the little metal shards from when we were cutting got stuck in between these two pieces here, and we don't want to leave those metal shards in there because that will create rust in this area.
And then you might end up rusting out your whole door, and like obviously it'll take a couple of years to get to that point, but we'd rather avoid it as much as we can right now. Hot tip.
problem is-
You really need somebody pushing on the window from the outside as you drill it onto the inside, or else you're not gonna get that smooth closed finish. So Bart is
that?
currently pushing the outside while Frankie is drilling on the inside. And so we noticed that it wasn't really closing. You really need to put some pressure on the outside to get it to
How many screws?
Good afternoon, everybody. Remember when we told you it was electrical week? We lied. It turns out that this week is kind of like a jack of all trades. There's so many different things that we need to get done. So what are we gonna do today?
We're gonna start framing. We're gonna get all the big boards and everything cut and get them all worked out. We're gonna fit them all in place, and then we're gonna start drilling into the van.
Sweet. So they're gonna do that. I'm gonna stuff some Havelock wool in some places.
Yeah, you go stuff, baby.
I'm gonna have a really good time doing it. And Frank and Bart are gonna work on the wood. They just went to Home Depot, trip number...
Can't tell you.
Ooh, that's right, because there's a contest. Go down below and enter.
I can't tell them. I don't know why you keep showing me.
Tell them, Frank.
No.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
You're definitely gonna wanna enter the contest.
Fire! I mean, power tools.
Frankie tried to start cutting the wood and then immediately got super frustrated at the saw that he was using.
Our neighbor Steve allowed us to borrow these tools, but he was even like, I don't know how well they're gonna do. So I said, yeah, I appreciate it. And we were trying to cut this 2x6, which is a pretty big cut. And about halfway through, the battery died. And then I tried going through it again, the other battery died. So I said, yeah, I'm done with this. And we went and bought a saw.
This is our first official big tool.
It was a $200 tool.
Oh, mon Dieu.
Done with it, we don't need it, we just bring it back, you know?
Also, we looked into rentals, so I called Home Depot and I was like, hey, how much would it cost to rent a table saw? And they were like, for 4 hours, it's $30-something. And I was like, well, I need it for 4 hours. Like, how about a couple of days? And she was like, anything between 3 days and 7 days, it was like $260. And I was like, $260? Like, how much does the saw cost? This one was just over $200. So if you're gonna need it for more than 3 days, you might as well just buy a brand new one? That makes no sense.
Like butter, baby. Like butter, like butter. It's always great when you have the right type of tools to do the job. So like we were saying earlier in the Tuesday's video, we don't have all the proper tools, so we make do with what we have. And sometimes making do means you have to go buy a tool.
Me and Paco are working so hard at putting up the van build framing. Putting up the van build framing. He's a sleepy puppy.
Look how fucking perfect, huh? Look how nice and perfect that is. Look, look, come here. Come take a look.
I took my shoes off.
Come just get over here. Come, put the shoes on. Get them on. Let's go.
Okay.
Look, see how perfect? Perfect.
Good job, Frank.
Thanks, babe. Thanks, guys. High five.
Basically, van building is jumping from one task to the next. We did a little bit of Havelock, we did a little bit of electrical, we're gonna do a little bit of framing. So, ooh, and then the other thing is, we were supposed to be done framing today, but it's 4 p.m.
Somebody cut into our framing.
I gotta go.
He's out, he's out. All right, it doesn't matter because realistically we had a great day. Bart was here to actually help us in a time where we kind of needed him. He was here at perfect timing because we can't really drive the van right now due to the fact that our deck isn't up, so we can't hold in the Wi-Fi connections. So yeah, so Bart came to help us handle the wood.
Yeah, I had to put Frank's wood in my truck.
We insert from the back.
Oh my god, you guys.
Here where we are, we're in a community, so we have to respect the fact that at 6 o'clock we really have to shut it down, and we really can't start till at least like 9:30 in the morning, so we're not waking people up.
Yeah, so we are gonna call it a night. We're gonna go eat some of Frankie's sister's cookies that arrived today. They're so dang good.
Bart, how do you think we did today?
Could have done better. I blame myself though. New hashtag, blame it on Bart.
Hashtag blame it on Bart, you heard it here first.
Yeah, we definitely had a slower start to the day, but I think it'll be worth it. And
Let's start tomorrow.
And then we need your help eating cookies tonight.
Oh
Do you think
yeah.
you can handle that?
I could definitely help eat the cookies.
So you had your first cookie, Fuel Mama cookie. What do you think?
I need more Fuel Mama cookies.
Yeah. Yo,
Perfect.
they are so good. We'll
They're
see you
so
guys
good.
tomorrow.
Today we are gonna finish framing the van, I hope. I think what we're learning this week is that there's so many different projects and everything has its time.
Yeah.
And things just take a lot longer than you think they might.
Alex is having a little bit of a struggle with it, but you know, listen, we take our time. We'll get it done when the time's right, you know?
I'm not struggling, I just feel like it would be nice for the vlog if it was like, we went from A to B.
Guys, is it okay that we jumping around?
From like A to D to F to J to K to A.
We're trying as hard as we can to stay in a straight line, but it just doesn't work like that always.
Yeah. We're gonna hopefully finish out the framing of the van and the Havelock, maybe, except we left the Havelock in Frank's mom's car, so we'll see about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so today, hopefully it's gonna be a good day.
The nice part is we have this wonderful tool. We use this 2x4 up here because we know that there's going to be a lot of structural stuff that are going to be holding onto this, as well as this 2x6 down here. This is going to have our bench seat that's going to be holding in place, as well as a bunch of electrical equipment and a lot of other things that will be heavy underneath it. So we want to make sure that the structural integrity is there. I mean, we could rock the whole entire truck, as you can see. Now for everything else, what we'll probably be using is 1x3s to, you know, bring them down and get everything all flushed together. So especially around these windows here, we're gonna use the 1x3s, and it's gonna make everything nice and seamless.
What I've learned is that with Havelock wool, it sprinkles, and so if you're doing the ceiling, it'll sprinkle into your eyes, so wear protective gear. These are obviously certified protection goggles.
Yeah, right? OSHA
Are these
approved.
OSHA approved?
Yeah, I
Or
would
OSHA
approve it.
approved.
We've got all this beautiful wood in. It's not all the way in. I'm gonna leave Frankie to finish so that I can go get the vlog going.
They call me Frankie Finish It.
He finishes very quickly.
Yeah, we hope that you guys learned a thing or two about what it takes to build out a van. Not everything goes according to plan. So realistically, you have to realize that electrical week isn't just electrical week. It's also framing week and putting up installation week. It's everything week, you know?
Everything week, all the time.
So yeah, you just have to go with the punches, go with the flow, see what works out right for you. And yeah, eventually you'll be getting out of, you know, parking lots and be living van life.
But who knows what next week has to bring, so be sure to subscribe. You will see all the framing up next week, and we can't wait to show you how it's going.
Peace.